Do you know which months have the highest divorce rates? We'll tell you that and how to move on after the breakup next.
March and August see the highest filings for divorce, according to a recent survey done by the University of Washington.
And many people make mistakes when trying to get through that tough time. So here were some tips on how to manage through is divorce coach and author of The Divorce Tango, Cheryl Duffy. Welcome to Great Day.
Thank you very much.
So March and August, those are two of the highest. Why is that, you think?
Well, it's a lot to do with financial stress, infidelity, those types of things. But March particularly, being the biggest month for divorce, is due to the fact that Christmas time, there's that consolidated sort of family time together and being with the in-laws,
right,
and New Year's resolutions where you just don't want to go through this again. So people then start to investigate and then file.
Cheryl, I can understand why someone wouldn't want to go through a divorce around the holidays. It might be sad and they may think, well, just one more last holiday together, and then spring comes around and you're feeling that need for a renaissance in your own life, so to speak. Yes, but Washington, D.C. is very distinctive amongst national divorce rates. Tell us about that.
So the national divorce rate is between 40 and 50%, and Washington, D.C. is a high rate at 30%, in comparison to Virginia and Maryland that are 10%. So it's quite a high rate.
That is a high rate.
Why? I mean, any insight into why that is? So people are more likely to get divorced, couples, if they live in Washington, D.C. versus neighboring Virginia and Maryland.
Yes, and it's put down to financial stress that they go through as a couple.
So D.C. is too expensive? The rent is too darn high.
I think a lot of us want to divorce those rents every now and then. Okay, you have some mistakes to avoid.
Exactly. I made 5 big mistakes which delayed my recovery. So the first mistake is self-sabotage. And for me, it was comfort eating. Chocolate became my best friend for 6 years.
Wow. 6 years.
But for other people, it could be alcohol, drugs, gambling, any form of escapism, which are also self-destructive. So you'd be much better off to reduce anxiety by joining the gym, doing meditation or yoga.
I just heard on CBS this morning that people who exercise even once a week, they reduce their, depression. So that's good. What are some other mistakes to avoid?
So the second mistake is resentment. So resentment is the poison pill you take, hoping the other person's going to die, when in fact it's you that dies, bit by bit, day by day. It is so harmful to your mental health.
I've seen people that live with that resentment even 10, 20 years later. And it's just like, why? Why do you want to live with that? You know, and you're constantly thinking about it. So get rid of that resentment.
I see people, too, in everyday life, and they're angry and you can't pinpoint it. That's resentment. They have regrets, right?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, what's your third mistake?
Having a glass half empty attitude. So after my divorce, I only had the kids 50% of the time, and I was always so sad in the times I didn't have them, instead of being grateful and happy for the times that I did. So it's so important to have a positive mindset so you can see the opportunities for a happy future.
With all of these tips in mind, how do you think anyone can best move forward with their lives after a divorce?
Well, that's number 5, that one.
That's the 5th.
That's the 5th one. But it's basically having a fresh start, so you're not shackled to your old life. So I stayed in the family home. I stayed in the same company where my ex-husband worked for years, and all that did was shackle me to my old memories. So I'm a big believer in starting afresh so that you're not shackled to that old life.
Cheryl, thank you so much for all the insight. Cheryl is the author of The Divorce Tango, ways to, the mistakes to avoid going through divorce and live your best life. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.